Is trenbolone anabolic or is it more anti-catabolic? Anti-catabolic means preventing muscle loss, but if you prevent 1 unit of muscle loss, isn't that the same as 1 unit of muscle gain? Because if you lose a unit of muscle and then you gain a unit of muscle, then you've catabolized 1 unit of muscle and you've anabolized 1 unit of muscle. But if you took an anti-catabolic that prevented 1 unit of muscle loss in the first place, isn't that the same thing? So this is the power of bodybuilding chemistry that most people don't talk about, because they usually talk about using gear to build muscle. TREN is known as something amazing to build muscle and preserve muscle, but I think that the risks outweigh the benefits in using trenbolone, usually for building muscle, but the benefits in some cases outweigh the risks when using trenbolone as an anti-catabolic to preserve muscle. I've got an anecdotal report from one of my lab rats who I experiment closely with and have done a ton of experiments on. And he did an experiment where he took 6 months off from the gym. I'm going to read from his note to me today because he had work and he had an injury. So he was taking just low dosage of testosterone TRT, that's his foundation, which normally wouldn't prevent a huge amount of muscle loss, right? Because he has a huge amount of muscle, and TRT is a little bit less than what it would take for him to preserve the amount of muscle that he has if he's not training really hard and eating right. So he took 50 to 100 milligrams of trenbolone enanthate weekly, split into 2 doses to prevent catabolism. 50 to 100 milligrams of tren. Most bodybuilders are using 300 milligrams of tren. That's like the average. And a lot of bodybuilders will go up to 600 milligrams, and some bodybuilders will go up to 1 gram, and you don't hear about anybody going over 1 gram very much because the side effects just get so extreme for most people. But so when you have the median dosage being 300 milligrams of tren per week, that's like the most common dosage. People do 100 milligrams every other day. Then you have my friend taking 50 to 100 milligrams per week. He's taking between 1/3 and 1/6 of the normal dosage of tren, which this also helps make the point I want to make about trenbolone, which is that it only takes a little bit of a dosage for it to work some of its magic and have less side effects. As the dosage goes up, the side effects go up, but the benefits go up slower. So yes, more tren means more benefits, but more tren means also a lot more side effects. He chose a dosage that he has no side effects from tren. For him personally, he doesn't notice any mood changes, any personality changes, any aggression, no night sweats, just no side effects for him at this dosage. I personally still get side effects at this dosage, but he took 50 to 100 milligrams, very low dosage of tren, split in 2 weeks, 2 doses per week, and it's enanthate ester, so it's the longer ester. I don't think that would have really mattered if he's taking it twice a week. I don't think it would have mattered whether he took enanthate or acetate, acetate being the faster ester. So then he says he did an extreme light workout to chest and shoulders as the injury still prevents any further upper body movements. Once my muscles filled up with blood again, I'm convinced I kept 85 to 90% of the muscle that I had despite poor nutrition the entire time. I'm probably weaker than I've been in 20 years, but the tissue is still there. So I imagine the strength will return fairly quickly as well. Bottom line, trenbolone is absolutely magic for preventing muscle loss. This is my experience also. When I diet really hard, if I take trenbolone, I preserve the muscle that I have and the muscle definition comes out. At a low dosage for anti-catabolic purposes, so long as we don't have a predisposition to some of the side effects that it has, it proves, in my opinion, to be a valuable compound for that purpose. Contrast that with a bulking cycle. There are so many other pharmaceuticals that could be used for building muscle that are more effective, that have less side effects than tren. So I think people are using it too often as a bulker and not often enough as an anti-catabolic during the cutting phase. Be swole and swole, friends of freedom, pioneers of human evolution.